Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the horse box. We're at Aintree this week for the National Amateur Show Jumping Championships. Rachel's taking part in them. Been here all week, well since Tuesday. Didn't have time to knock up a video last week. And I know you guys are really keen to know how I got on with the R3, which is just here. I brought it with me because boy do I need some practice and does it need setting up. Really, I didn't really struggle last weekend. Didn't have enough time really to get the focusing set up. That was my main issue last week. I tried it on the eye focus and I enabled that. I disabled it. I went into the different tracking modes. I was doing all this whilst in the game, and the focusing was fine. And I know this is going to be one hell of a piece of kit once I get it set up, which is what a lot of you guys have been saying. Get it set up and it will be phenomenal. And I know it will be. But just got to make a few more tweaks. I've gone into case 2 now. Let me just set it, turn it on and familiarise myself, because I'm still getting used to where all the buttons are compared to the 1DX. But yeah, I've gone into case 2, continue to track subjects, ignoring possible obstacles. Because I noticed I started in case 4 last week, subjects that accelerate and deaccelerate quickly, and it just kept, I didn't have it set up right on the tracking speed and sensitivity, and I would put the focus point, well it would pick up. I set it to focus on people. Let's just have a look at the where is it, I can't remember now. There's that many menus. Anyway, I set it up to focus to track a person, not an animal or a subject, which it was doing brilliant. It was picking up the player's head, but then when he ran past another player it would jump onto his head. So I knew I had it set up wrong. So I ended up tweaking it and I thought, right, I need to get this job done. So I just put it all back to standard, just on the AI servo, and it was pin sharp. I've got a few images in the laptop here just to show you, because I did give it a really good test once it got dark, and it was phenomenal. There was no grain at all. But anyway, without further ado, let's just show you a few images and we'll crack on. Yeah, incidentally, it's a great privilege to be at Aintree, because when we're set up in the lorry park, which is the far side of Aintree racecourse, and then when Rachel's making her way down to the show jumping arena, we have to go along the front of the grandstand, and it's a great privilege to walk down the same path as, you know, past Grand National winners have walked. And yeah, it's great. It's a real eye-opener and a privilege to be here, as you can see with this video now. When we were walking down the other night, I mean, the video quality is not very good, but I managed to capture something on the phone, and yeah, it's great to be here. And then each afternoon we're allowed to take the horse and graze, give it some grass on the middle of the racetrack, and as you can see here, it's great just to give him a bit of grass whilst we're overlooked by Aintree stands and that. But yeah, anyway, back to the R3. Right, this first image here. Now what we're at ISO 6400 f4 2000th. I tried to keep the shutter speed at 2000th from start to finish, just to really give the camera a good test. And as you can see here, a manager's shot beforehand. If I zoom in, look at the quality there. I mean, just pin sharp. I mean, I know it's only at 6400, but you know, you compare that to the older cameras like the 7D Mark II that I used to shoot on a few years ago. Even at 6400 it would struggle, even in good light. But look at the quality on this. I can even probably zoom in a bit more. Look at the eyes, still great quality. And yeah, so that's at 6400 f4 2000th. Let's go on to the next one. Again, we've got the keeper here. That's at 4000th. Let's just zoom in on the keeper and have a look at the quality. Still pin sharp. Look at that. Still pin sharp at, and that's zoomed in. What's that at percentage-wise? Can't quite see. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's not telling me, but as you can see, that's zoomed in quite a lot compared to that. And then again, what we're at now, we're at ISO 5000. Look now, we're at 2.8. Let's just zoom in on him. Still fantastic quality. But yeah, I was really impressed with it, and I can't wait. The viewfinder, looking at my images, playing my images back through the viewfinder, it is crisp, pin sharp, and my eyes are terrible. As you know, I wear contact lens. I do need another eye test, incidentally, and I'm struggling a bit with looking at, when I go back to review my images on the laptop, especially in darker conditions in the night games, I'm struggling to focus. Yet if I play the image through the viewfinder, it is pin sharp, and I could see the smile on the goal celebrations, and I knew which images to rate looking through the viewfinder. So yeah, that is a phenomenal feature on these mirrorless. I know all mirrorless have got it, but yeah, it was cracking. I set it because when I first started using the camera, it would take the image and then play the image straight back. I didn't want that. I wanted to see the action all the time, so I deleted that. I disabled that. But yeah, when I hit play, and I'm going to get the rate button set onto my thumb, or I'm going to try and get all the buttons set onto my my right hand, so that I can just hit play and then just rate the images. But yeah, looking at the images through the viewfinder is phenomenal. Really love that feature. And the electronic viewfinder, it took a bit of getting used to because it flickers a bit. But I'm sure once my eye gets used to that, it's like I was saying to good mate Jed the other day. He said, you're basically picking up a new camera and you've got to learn photography again. And he's not far wrong, but yeah, it's certainly going to be a learning curve, but one that I'm really going to enjoy, and it's such a privilege to be using the R3. But anyway, so this is a real test. Look at this. So let's just go on to the actual image. So that's the actual image. Now we're at ISO 16,000. Still at 2,000th of a second, still at 2.8, and if I just zoom it into that, look, still great quality. There's nothing wrong with that, and that's how you would print the image if you was to use it, if you wanted to crop in. But yeah, I mean, let's just go and let's really pull it. Let's really pull it in and have a look. But that's a massive, massive pull now, and yeah, you can see the noise now, but that's a massive pull from that, and that's at 16,000 ISO. So yeah, let's go on to another one. This was really impressive. This is at ISO 20,000, still at 2,000th, still at 2.8. I'm really giving it a good test. And obviously, one of the brief images is the British Red Cross on the back of the numbers. So I was trying to get that. And if we zoom in on this, let's just look at this. Look at the quality at that. Hardly any noise at all. You can read that clear. Longman's clear. Let's zoom in a bit more. Look at this, I'm still pulling. That is a ridiculous pull now, and it's still pretty clear. And I say ISO 20,000. Let's just go back to the actual image. Really impressed with that. Not even a lot of grain on the backdrop, look. But and that's ISO 20,000. So yeah, you can't complain at that. And then how many images we've got? This is the last image. Just a short video. This I've got flipping ribbons tickling the back of my head. But yeah, so another good test. This is 12,800. That's the actual image. What we're going to crop it to, we're not even going to crop it to that to send it off. We'll crop it something like that to send it off. Perfect quality. Ball's a bit soft, but I'm at 2.8, and in actual fact, it looks like he's almost as sharp, if not sharper than him. So whether or not my focus point was drifting this way a bit, I'm not sure. But anyway, perfect image to send off. You could easily use that, and that's at 12,800. Again, 2,000th at 2.8. So yeah, let's just pull it in a bit. Look, let's just pull it in a little bit more and compare the two players. 2.8. That's absolutely fine. That's totally usable, and that's a massive pull. Don't forget again. These are all raw images straight off the camera. So yeah, really happy with it, and it's really up to scratch, it is. But get that focusing right, which I'm going to make the next video I make will be setting up that focusing and getting and showing you which tracking sensitivities I'm using and the settings and that. So that'll be the next video, so watch out for that. But yeah, just a quick one today from the horse box. But job's a good one. Absolutely in love with the R3 already. One thing just to let you know about, as you know, I got this rubber cover, and I really do want to look after this body. I want to protect it, but it's just a bit, I don't know, I'm gonna have to get some little double-sided sticky tape just to tape it in there, just in the corner, just so that, because I ended up lifting it and pressing the buttons like that. It was, you know, in the heat of the moment when you want to rate stuff and that. So but yeah, so I've just got to stick that down, and the same down here. It was just falling away a bit, but if I can put a little bit of double-sided tape in there just to keep them, and a bit there, look, that will be an absolute godsend. For 30 quid to look after the body. The door opens fine, there's nothing wrong with that. I can get to all the buttons, get all the on and off buttons, and yeah, so it's just them little bits there. But get that sorted out and it'll be spot on. But But yeah, overall, first thoughts on the first job, I'm in love with it already. But anyway guys, just a short video that, but if you're out this weekend, incidentally we're here all weekend, it's worked out quite well really. No game for me this weekend, but it's international break, so yeah, we're up here doing a bit more show jumping. But if you have got a game this weekend, have a good one and we'll catch up next week. Thanks for watching guys, take care, catch up soon.